I tell you who she's just like. She's just like somebody we know very well. Whew, Lord. She don't give her daddy a break. Y'all know.
Martell Sheree just spilled some major tea, and trust me, it's hotter than ever. Here's the scoop. Melody's drama with her ex, Martell Holt, is no secret, and their history is already full of twists. But things took a crazier turn when rumors started swirling about Martell getting cozy with Shari Whitfield from The Real Housewives of Atlanta. This isn't your typical ex-wife versus new girlfriend situation. Melody and Shari have run in the same circles before, which has fans buzzing. Was this a betrayal, a coincidence, or maybe a way for Martell to get under Melody's skin? Either way, Melody isn't one to stay silent. Things escalated when Melody spoke out, revealing explosive details that left fans shocked. We're talking receipts, shady comments, and jaw-dropping accusations about what's really been going on behind closed doors. This isn't just about Martell and Shari's rumored relationship. It's about loyalty, boundaries, and unresolved feelings. But before we dive into the drama, let's rewind a bit. After her split from Martell, Melody didn't wallow in heartbreak. Instead, she focused on rebuilding her life, her brand, and her inner peace. Melody threw herself into her career, proving she's more than just a reality TV star. From launching her music career to running multiple businesses, she became an inspiration, particularly to women rebuilding after a breakup. Her entrepreneurial spirit led to the launch of her skincare line and expanded platform. Melody's commitment to self-growth and success earned her a loyal fan base, especially among women who understand the challenges of starting over. She worked hard, avoided unnecessary drama, and focused on protecting her peace, particularly for her children. But no matter how much she tried to move on, Martell kept pulling her back into chaos. From tensions on love and marriage, Huntsville to public jabs and social media shade, he made sure she stayed in the spotlight. The emotional turmoil may have started with the divorce, but it's far from over. Martell's latest moves threatened to drag her back into the drama.
We all living a life here, and we can do better the next day. Regardless of the mistakes we make, hey, just keep pushing forward and make tomorrow a better day. You know, somebody doing good today, hey, just always keep in mind, life is not a sprint. It's a marathon. As long as you're alive, it's a marathon. So let's continue to make the best of it.
While Melody was busy building her empire, Martell seemed to be focused on something entirely different. His growing connection with Shari Whitfield from The Real Housewives of Atlanta. It all started with some quiet rumors about them spending time together, but those rumors quickly turned into full-blown headlines. They began showing up in public together, and fans were definitely taking notice. From playful photos to interviews that hinted at something deeper, Martell and Shari weren't exactly being subtle. And let's not forget their flirty exchanges on social media, which all but confirmed they were more than just friends. Fans couldn't ignore the undeniable chemistry between them, and before long, the relationship speculation was all anyone could talk about. What made the whole situation even more tantalizing was the timing. Shari's romance with Martell seemed to emerge just as Melody was finally getting her life back on track post-divorce. Was it a mere coincidence, or was Martell trying to stay in the public eye, and perhaps even get under Melody's skin? To outsiders, the pairing was both intriguing and confusing. Shari, known for her bold personality and past high-profile relationships, was certainly a wild card. And Martell, fresh off his own dramatic history, wasn't exactly the most stable figure in the spotlight. Together, they became the center of attention in the reality TV world, sparking endless speculation about the nature of their connection and why it caused so much drama. For Melody, it wasn't just the gossip that stung, it was the sense of betrayal that cut the deepest.
I spoke to one of my colleagues in media who has a very close relationship with Martell Holt. And according to her, Martell Holt is pissed and said that he and Shari are not together, said that Shari is not even his type, that he is building a pool for Shari and is working closely with her, pulling permits and so on and so forth, that he is not with her and that his phone was ringing off the hook all day that day and that he is extremely upset.
There was a lot of chatter swirling around about Martell and Shari, but at first, Melody tried to brush it off. She wasn't going to let gossip distract her from her goals. However, even for someone as strong as Melody, it was tough to ignore. The rumors were everywhere and didn't seem to fade. Initially, she figured it was just Martell being his usual dramatic self, but as time went on, she began noticing some strange vibes. His behavior started shifting, friends were dropping subtle hints, and social media posts were beginning to raise her suspicions. It wasn't just about him moving on. It was the way he was going about it that really got under her skin. Things came to a head when Melody realized this wasn't just about Martell dating someone new. It was about who he was dating and the impact it was having on her life. Shari wasn't some random person. She was part of the same social circles, which made everything feel much more personal. The whispers, the side glances, and the online buzz kept building up until Melody could no longer stay silent. For Melody, this wasn't simply about dealing with an ex's messy love life. It was about standing up for herself and setting the record straight after feeling betrayed. Once she started putting the pieces together, she knew she had to take charge of the situation. So, what did Melody do next? Let's just say it caught everyone by surprise, and that's when she realized it was time to face the storm head-on.
Playing mind games, that's just what he does. Like him showing up here today with his flowers and smile on his face like Prince Charming, when we all know that he's responsible for all of the stuff happening on social media pertaining to me. That could change people's opinions about me by him giving these false narratives. He's responsible for that.
Melody Sheree had finally reached her breaking point. The rumors, social media posts, and whispers behind her back had built up to a level she couldn't ignore anymore. What truly pushed her over the edge was the disrespect coming not only from her ex, Martell, but also from Shari Whitfield, someone she had considered a friend. In a private confrontation that would have made for some intense reality TV moments, Melody confronted Shari, filled with hurt and anger. Sources reveal that she laid it all out, calling Shari out for crossing a major line. Melody was stunned that Shari, knowing how recent her divorce was, would get involved with Martell. But Shari wasn't having it. Rather than apologizing, she dismissed Melody's feelings, acting like she was overreacting. True to her bold nature, Shari declared that her dealings with Martell were simply her own business, daring Melody to say more. That conversation left Melody feeling more betrayed than ever. It wasn't just about Martell anymore. It was about how Shari, who should have understood her as a woman, could be so unapologetic. For Melody, it felt like a complete betrayal and utter disrespect. Although the confrontation was private, the emotional toll it took on Melody was very real. But Melody wasn't going to let this slide. Things were about to get serious. While she didn't get the closure she hoped for from Shari, the situation sparked a fire in her to dig deeper. She began noticing things she had previously overlooked, and that's when it happened. She found the smoking gun. Whether it was a photo, a flirty text, or even something she overheard at a mutual event, the proof was undeniable. Martell and Shari weren't just hanging out. They were definitely involved, and the evidence was clear as day. It was the ultimate caught red-handed moment, and for Melody, it was a mixture of validation and heartbreak. Instead of staying silent, Melody took action. She took to social media, sharing her emotional truth with her followers. In her post, she didn't just call out the betrayal. She laid out the proof, leaving no room for Martell or Shari to deny what had been going on. Her words were raw and authentic, expressing her pain while declaring her decision to stand up for herself. Fans quickly rallied behind her, and her post went viral. One person commented, "Melody has every right to call them out. Martell's disrespect knows no bounds, and Shari should have known better. Team Melody all the way." Another added, "Shari isn't the first, and she won't be the last. Martell keeps proving he's incapable of loyalty. Melody deserves so much better than this man."
So now we're asking you, how do you feel about this new relationship, if you know they're calling it that?
Right. To be honest with you, I don't really have any feelings about it. I really don't. I've been controlled. If he was talking or dating somebody while he was in a marriage, I damn sure ain't gonna be controlled if he's talking or dating somebody after marriage.
Okay.
So, I don't feel it.
Shari wasn't about to let Melody have the last word. After Melody's post went viral, Shari fired back, publicly accusing Melody of being jealous and bitter. She claimed Melody's anger was more about not wanting to see Martell move on than any real betrayal. Shari went further, suggesting that Melody was just stirring the pot to stay in the spotlight. Martell, trying to play peacemaker, released a statement urging everyone to move on and keep things positive. However, his neutral stance only made things worse. Fans accused him of dodging responsibility, and his attempt to stay out of the drama backfired. The real drama unfolded when all three found themselves in the same room at a high-profile event. Melody had had enough. When she saw Shari and Martell laughing as if everything was fine, something snapped. Witnesses say Melody marched up to them, and the tension in the room was instant. In a calm but firm tone, she confronted Shari. "How could you? You knew exactly what you were doing, and you didn't care about the fallout. What kind of friend are you?" Her words cut through the chatter like a shockwave. Shari, unfazed, crossed her arms and smirked, brushing off Melody's accusations as exaggerated. She responded, "You're making this way bigger than it needs to be. Maybe you should focus on your own life instead of mine." Shari's dismissiveness fueled Melody's anger. Turning to Martell, she asked how he could continue to disrespect her after everything they'd been through. Martell tried to downplay it, muttering about misunderstandings and moving forward, but his attempts only heightened the tension. Despite the public showdown, Melody refused to let it consume her. She channeled the chaos into her personal growth and success. So where does this go from here? The fallout from this love triangle is far from over. Will Melody continue to rise above, or is another confrontation looming? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates.